Hi, my name is Carissa, and I have been privileged to be Catherine's friend for several years now. And when I think of Catherine, a couple stories come to mind that just remind me of what a great friend she is and of all the wonderful moments we've been able to experience together. And the first one that I think of is when we were in Russia a few years ago with a singing group. And I remember one night we were on a train together, traveling from Moscow up to a northern part of the country. And it was almost dark outside, but still pretty light because it was the summertime, and we had two bottom bunks right next to each other. And Catherine had Phil Wickham on her iPod at the time, who was one of her favorite artists, and she only had one set of earbuds. So I took one ear, she took the other one. She so kindly shared with me. So our heads are kind of smashed together like this so that we could both listen. And we just laid there and stared out the window. And I remember us just being amazed by the fact that we were in a country where people thought and spoke differently, but we were there to share the gospel. And another moment that I think of, which was also on tour one year, that just really displays our relationship well, I think, is when we were in New York City. And I feel like in our relationship, I'm often the frazzled, crazy one trying to keep life together, running here and there. And Catherine has always been a calm, faithful friend. And one morning we were in New York and we had a big rehearsal that day at Lincoln Center. And so we got up early to go do our devotions at a coffee house. And so we were taking our sweet time, It was about 15 minutes before the rehearsal was going to start, and we decided to head over to the hall. And I realized that I had left my badge that would allow me to get into the rehearsal hall. I'd left it back at our hotel. So Catherine so calmly and so sweetly said, well, we're going to go get it. So we started running through the streets of New York City. And I'm sure we looked ridiculous because we were flat out running around and over people and trying to figure out what street to turn on fastest and all of that, and made it to the hotel, ran up the stairs, grabbed my badge, and headed back to the hall. And thankfully we made it just in time for the singing, so we were okay. But I just love that story and love that moment because it reminds me of what a faithful friend Catherine has been, and how she's always been so patient, and she doesn't care if she looks ridiculous. She's willing to do whatever I need to help me out in any way that she can. And that's created, I think, probably a lot of funny moments in the process, but I really appreciate her faithfulness as a friend.
Marcus, man, so many memories. Probably my favorite is when my parents found out that you were sleeping in your car Thursday nights before Iron Man on Friday mornings, and they invited you over, and from that day forward you staked your claim on our cot, and the joke was, Marcus, go to your cot, because that was pretty much your second room. And man, I'm so glad they invited you over, because if not for that, you would have never become as close to me as you have. And man, you just truly are an amazing, amazing brother. You are probably the most generous and compassionate person I think I've ever met. You never cease to convict me, and when I confess a sin or a struggle to you, you're not hesitant to slap me around and remind me of the penalty that Christ died for my sins, and that I deserve that penalty instead of him. And you convict me in such a loving way, and I truly am thankful. I'm really blessed to have a brother like you. I really, really wish I could be there with you, man. I'm so sorry I can't, but I know I'll definitely see you again soon, and I just wish you the best with you and Catherine. You guys are amazing together, and I sure can't wait to come visit.
Hi, I'm Joanna, and I had the privilege of meeting Catherine about 8 years ago. I think we were both about 14, and I just joined the youth group, and she reached out to me every time I came. She was so lovable and so kind when I was not to her. And that is just a quality that I admire in Catherine, that she is so sweet and so kind and encouraging and others focused, and asks questions and doesn't focus the attention on herself. And that all just stems from humility that I believe is a quality of Catherine's. She cares about people and lays down her life for people. And a verse that particularly comes to mind even when I think about her and marriage is 1 Peter 3. Do not let your adorning be external, the braiding of hair, the wearing of gold, or putting on of clothing, but let your adorning be the hidden person of the heart, with the imperishable beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which in God's sight is very precious. And I think Catherine has this imperishable quality of a gentle and quiet spirit, and focuses more about her inward beauty and her inward clothing than more of her outward. And that is such a beautiful quality in a woman of God. And I think just she's so Christ-filled, and that flows from her. That is the beauty that she beholds. And so I believe, Catherine, you're going to make a great wife for Marcus, because you put Christ first in your life and in your marriage. And so I'm so excited for you, and I'm so thankful to be your friend. Love you.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Congratulations, Catherine. Wonderful choice in Marcus. He's like the most perfect man. Except for one thing I am kind of concerned about. He is probably, oh no, he definitely is the most absent-minded person walking on this earth. I can't tell you how many hours we spent looking for things that he's lost. And sometimes the same item several times a day. I want you to know that you're going to be spending a lot of time searching for things. I hope you can help the dude out and figure out a way. I'm concerned for your kids. I think he's going to get to the point where he might forget one of your kids somewhere. You're going to be spending very scary hours. I was talking to his mother once, and she told me that we were talking about his absent-mindedness, kind of making jokes about it. And he told me that she believes that the reason why he's so absent-minded is because he really doesn't care about the things that he has, and he's more concerned with other people, and he has other people on his mind. And I agree with that statement. I think Marcus is one of the most selfless individuals that I've known. He cares about other people more than he does himself. And I remember playing basketball with him, and we would play with some people that maybe weren't as good, and he just wanted to make sure everybody got a chance to shoot the basketball. And I'd get frustrated. I'd think, why are you passing it to this guy, Nick Rosemont? Why are you passing to Nick Rosemont? And just kidding, Nick. And it was just his way of saying that he cared about those people and wanted everybody to have a good time. And that's just Marcus. He's just one of the most selfless people on earth. And, I'm sure you know that by now. And I think that even though you're going to be spending many, many, many hours looking for things, and hopefully not your kids in the next few years, I'm sure that there's nobody you would rather spend time searching for things with. So enjoy Marcus. He's a wonderful guy. Have a wonderful marriage. Congratulations.
So when I met Catherine, I think it was in the music department office, and I don't know, I think it was like my sophomore year, and I think Catherine was there to audition for chorale or something like that. But it's not Catherine that I remember so much, it's actually her mom that I remember a lot. And I think that anybody who knows Catherine really well also knows her mom and dad really well too. I mean, they've just been an incredible blessing to anybody that Catherine knows. And so Lisa Salinas has always been a huge blessing in my life as well. And then I got to know Catherine a lot more in chorale, and then also when we got to spend the year in Majesty together. And I'm just so blessed to know her, just to see how the Lord has used her to bless so many lives, and to see her genuine love for people and for the Lord and for the gospel and wanting to serve others and put herself last is a huge example, even at such a young age. And I'm really blessed to know her.
Freshman year, Marcus, Melissa, and I were standing buddies in chorale. And being silly, energetic freshmen, we made T-shirts for tour with a swan drawn on it, and we would like do this thing where we made a swan out of our hands or something. I don't remember how it was, but it was pretty cool. And so we were silly and just got to get to know each other that way, and hung out with them since then on. And we were in Majesty together and got to hang out. One funny story about Marcus is he would often give his testimony during Majesty when we were out at churches. In this one church in Washington, he gets up there and his testimony is always a wonderful blessing and very serious. And he gets up there and getting ready to give it, and he even says a few sentences and then stops, walks off the stage, right down the middle of the whole church filled with people, and we're all like, what is he doing?
What is going on?
Where is he going? And we were thinking,
standing there extremely awkward, like,
And I think we had just heard stories, too, about horror stories of people taking their microphones with them to the bathroom, and we thought he had to go to the bathroom, and we were concerned. But actually, it was on his heart that he needed to ask our sound man, Paul Kennedy, for forgiveness for some small thing, and the Lord put it on his heart right then and there before his testimony to seek forgiveness, and that, I think, just really made his testimony so much stronger. And we say this a lot, but Catherine and Marcus to us are people we don't want to let go of. They're people we love hanging out with, and we want to be like them in many ways. So we love them. We love you guys.
I met Catherine when I was 13 in the church parking lot at PBC, and she came up to me and she had a big smile on her face, and she told me that she'd been praying for me, and she was so excited because we were going to be best friends. And I thought, why are you praying for me? How do you know what to pray for? And how do you know we're going to be best friends? And why are you so nice? And I thought, this girl is too nice to be real, and I'm not nice, so sooner or later she's going to realize we're not going to be best friends. But I was definitely wrong, and after about a year of being at that church, Catherine just continued to love me in different ways that I did not deserve or reciprocate or ask for, that really meant a lot to me, because I didn't know anyone there, and she just really reached out to me. And ever since then, I can say that Catherine has been one of the most loyal friends that I've ever had, and is one of the most loyal people I know. And when I think of high school, I always think of long conversations on the phone with her for hours at night, talking about really dramatic high school things. But she did become my best friend, and we shared so much together in high school especially, and into college, and we could always tell each other anything and know that we were going to hear the truth and have a friend that would listen, but also that would love us enough to tell us the truth and to be involved in each other's lives. And so I am beyond thankful for that, and I've learned so much from Catherine over the years, and I've learned more about Christ through her and loyalty, and I am so thankful for her, and I wouldn't be who I am without her. And Catherine, I love you so much, and I'm so excited for you and Marcus, and I can't wait to see what the Lord does with you guys.